All right, Boston, we are finally back. Man, it's time for us to continue our year 3 offseason with your Boston Bruins. But before we get started, I just want to apologize for the month of January. From Christmas to New Year's to going to see people, from my dog getting sick to my car breaking down. It's just been one thing after another. Haven't been in the mood to make videos, but I'm rejuvenated, I'm re-energized. February 2020 is right around the corner, so we're back in it, boys, all right? I promise you, we're going to get back into it. So here we are at free agency, the great exit from Boston, every player not wanting to re-sign with us, but I think I've got a plan here, all right? I've already done some pre-scouting. We got our team essentially. If you guys haven't or can't remember because it has been a while, I'll just bring up the contract screen. We can go over what the roster looks like as of right now. So you'll notice we don't have Tuukka Rask after those 2 horrible playoff runs. The guy still wanted like $7 million, so I decided to drop him to free agency. I'm not sure if I want to get him back or not. We're going to see how much money we spend, but we have James Reimer as a backup who's got 1 year at $7.50 million, so we're saving a lot of money right there. On the blue line, we got Torrey Krug, who's got another 2 years left at $9 million, so we don't have to worry about that contract as of yet. After next year at the draft, we're going to have to look at it. Brendan Carlo, I'm hoping that I can re-sign him for a similar contract, somewhere around $4 or $5 million. Jonas Brodin, we're going to hold on to for 1 more year at 4.5, and then definitely move on from him at the end of the season, just because we have a lot of contracts coming up this year. Vakinen, I'm going to grow. Axel Anderson. Now, here's an interesting call. I'd like to use him in the NHL this year. I think we're going to see him get that boost come preseason. He's already 76 overall. His role is already minor top 2 defenseman. I would like to play him on the top 6 with Vakinen, just to grow him so that for next year we'll have a cheap defenseman who will have, well, actually he'll be an RFA for next year along with Vakinen, but we're going to need contracts like this to sign guys like Pasternak and Braden Point, right? So I'd like to play Axel Anderson in the NHL. However, this is like another year where we got to win that Stanley Cup because our team is just getting older, getting worse. So perhaps it would be better to get a veteran who's 81, 82, 83 and just slap him on the top 6 defensive line. We'll see how much money we have. Hang on a second. In the system, right, we still have to sign Charlie McAvoy. I've offered him a qualifying contract or a qualified, what is it called again? A qualifying offer. Yeah, a qualifying offer. There you go. I sent him one of those. So we're going to try to re-sign him. Carson Lambos. Don't know how many more years this guy's going to take. I'm hoping that by the beginning of year 5, he's ready to go. And therefore, we don't want to move on from this guy because he's another guy who's going to have, let's see, 2 years, it looks like, as an NHL player on a minor league contract, which is perfect for this team. So Carson Lambos, we want to make sure that he continues to grow. And other than that, there's not too much there. So as of right now, for the defense, we got McAvoy. Hang on a sec. We got Krug, we got Carlo, we got Brodin, we got Vakinen. There's 5. And then number 6, do we go with the rookie or do we bring in a vet and play the rookie in the AHL for 1 more season? We're going to figure out about that. But I also want to get defensive depth because if we have an injury to one of our defensemen, I don't want to have to go to Joe Lazone or somebody else in the minors. I want to get a few guys who are high 70s. On 2-way contracts that can play if any of our guys go down with an injury. All right. And then the forwards, we got Marchand, we got Pasternak, we got Point, and Point's going to be on the first line this season, but you can see the contract situation that we are in. 7.750 and 6.665 for Pasta and Point, and they're both up this year. Now, I don't know how much these guys are going to want. They're hitting their prime, like late 20s by the time they sign, like 27. Which is still kind of early, which is good, but they may want as much as 11, maybe even $12 million, and that's like 5 million plus, 6 million plus for both of these guys. So you're talking about like $11 million extra that you have to use on just these 2 players for next season. Now we're going to save some money on Patrice Bergeron, but this is what I mean. I don't want to overextend myself so that we get stuck for next year. But when it comes to the numbers, we got Marchand, Pasternak, and who is it? Yeah, Braden Point on the first line. Ricard Raquel, DeBrusque, and I don't know who I want as the second line right wing, either JFK or Shenishin. We're going to see that. We're going to see about that. Patrice Bergeron is the third line center. Frederick is a fourth line center. And then after that, we just have a bunch of depth players. Fitzgerald, Hughes, and Gauntz. Unlike our defensive core, we actually have some forwards that can fill in if any injuries happen, so that's good. But as of right now, I'm going to need a third line left wing to play alongside of Bergeron and Shenishin, or Bergeron and JFK. And then I'm going to need two fourth line wingers to play alongside of Frederick. And we're going to need them to be penalty killers as well, all right? So 3 wingers, a left wing, or 2 left wings and a right wing for the third and fourth line. Our defenseman, possibly a top 6, and then a goaltender because we have James Reimer as our backup, all right? So there is our team the way it is right now. Let's bring up the free agency screen and see who is available. It's actually a really good free agency. Rasmus Ristolainen, McAvoy, who's an RFA, Brock Besser's in there, Hampus Lindholm, who I could have traded for alongside of Rickard Rakell. Perhaps would have helped out our trade or our playoff run. Didn't happen though. Nick Ritchie, Will Butcher, all right, Riley Smith. There's a lot of good names in here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to bring up the RFA situation. All right, we want to get Charlie McAvoy back on this team. So the team's interested. I think it's just us right now. Yeah, other teams interested, none. So no other teams are interested in giving this guy an RFA contract or an offer sheet. All right, so here's the thing about McAvoy. We have a lot of contracts coming up in the next 2 years. If I go 2-year deal, I can keep him as an RFA, but that's only $9.5 million. If I go up to 8 years, right, it's $10 million. So for an extra 6 years, the game is only going to cost me $500,000. That might be what we want to do because if he continues to grow, he's only 24. If he continues to grow, he could be asking for more than $10 million in 2 years from now, right? So I think it's time to go term with McAvoy. 8 years at 24 years of age is almost the perfect age. I'd say like 25, 26 is the perfect age to go 8 years. He'll be 32. He might still be in his prime with Exact Elite, and if that's the case, we're going to have to go 1-year deals at that point, but 8 years, that's a long time. So yeah, we're going to do that. He wants $10 million. Let's see. Because he's an RFA, we don't have to worry about other people offering him deals because we can match any offer. I'm going to try to go 8 years at $9,250 million. What's that going to, 9 times 8 is what, 72? And then another $2 million. So what is that, like 8 years, $74 million for Charlie McAvoy? My math could be wrong, boys, but I think that's a very good offer for both sides. Charlie McAvoy, get signed. All right, so that's McAvoy taken care of. The next one up was Jacob Forsbacka-Karlsson, another RFA. Don't know if I want to have him on the second line or third line right wing, but we got to bring this guy back. I mean, he's a goal scorer, 29 goals in year 2, 22 goals in year 3. He doesn't get that much ice time. Like other guys are close to 20 minutes. He's only at 16, so he could score even more goals if we gave him ice time. And also he throws the body, he blocks shots, and his takeaway to giveaway ratio is pretty good. So we got to bring this guy back for sure. So Jacob Forsbacka-Karlsson. I think what I want to do this year is get everyone on a 2-way deal or 2-year deal. That way I can decide whether or not I want to trade them or hold on to them for next year. Actually, JFK is an RFA for 1 more season. I saved the same kind of money. You know what? Let's keep JFK as an RFA for 1 more year because then I can hold on to him through free agency and still attempt to sign Pasternak and what's his name, Braden Point. So you know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. JFK, 1 year, $2 million. There you go. All right, and that is essentially all of the RFAs taken care of. Now, we have the defenseman, we have the middle 6 right winger, we need the third line left wing, and the 2 fourth line right wingers, all right? So the first up, the third line left wing, we had him on the team last year. All right, I was going through all of these players to try to find like a playmaker who is available. Nick Ritchie's a power forward, Kreider power forward, Marlowe's sniper, 2-way forward, 2-way forward, 2-way forward, 2-way forward, Namestnikov. We signed him last year in free agency, I believe. Hang on a sec, let me just bring up his numbers. All right. Last year, yeah, there he is. And he had a very good year for us. All right. In 82 games played, 29 points, a plus 10, only 2 penalty minutes, which is something that I love. He's not going to get in trouble. How many? He was only getting 11 minutes time on ice. So was he a fourth line left wing for us last year? This year is going to be a third line left wing, playing alongside of Bergeron and either Shenishin or JFK. You can trust him with the takeaways. Doesn't throw too many bodies, but we need that playmaker on the third line. So Nemesnikov, I want to sign you. And because this guy is a UFA, I'm going to go 2 years, because if we can't hold on to him, then he'll be somebody that I trade at next year's trade deadline for a prospect or something, right? So we're going to go 2 times 2.25 should do it. There you go. Do I need to go more than that? I'm just thinking. Do any teams want him? He's pretty far down on the list. No, I think we'll be all right. Just because he's a UFA, I want to make sure that I get him. So 2.250 should be good for Vladislav Nemesnikov, Nemistantonov, whatever you want to call him. So that's the third line left wing. And then what we got to do is find a fourth line left wing penalty killer and a fourth line right wing penalty killer. Now, the interesting thing is your typical two-way forwards are not exactly great penalty killers on this team. Our coach likes snipers, likes quick skating players to be on the penalty kill. So a guy like Zach Hyman, right? He's actually good for the power play lines and the top 6 lines here in what's it called? In Boston. But if we go down the list now, hang on a second. Forward line number 2, Frank Vetrano. No, we don't need that. Top 6 forward line for Matt Nieto. All right. The third forward line and second power play line for Alexander Steen. See, I mean, all these two-way guys aren't even good for the penalty kill. Brendan Lepsick, not good for the penalty kill. But Brendan Peary, what the hell? All penalty kill lines. Now, it's not saying that he's good to play on the fourth line, but I want penalty killers, all right? Now, when you take a look at this guy, sniper, 31 years of age, depth forward, but we can get him for a very cheap contract. And we actually do have some depth forwards that I could bring up if it's not working out. Last year on Toronto, you can see his takeaways are better than his giveaways. Doesn't throw the body, but I guess the coach doesn't want body checkers on the penalty kill. He wants fast skaters who can clog up the passing lanes. So 18 points and plus 4, doesn't take any penalty minutes. That means he'll be available on the penalty kill. I'm going to do it, all right? So we're going to listen to our coach this year. The goals against has been a big-time problem during the playoffs. We're going to see if we can stop it. And I'm going to do the same thing, 2 years, because if this guy gets better, I don't want to have to pay him. But if it works out, to have him for another year at 2 times, yeah, I think I can get him at 2 times 1. That'll be a great contract for us when we have to sign Point and Pasta. All right, so there you go, Brendan Peary. We're good for our fourth line center. We have Frederick that we decided to go for this year, and then we got to find a fourth line right winger. It's the same thing. Kovalchuk would actually be a good penalty killer. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's two bar scouting. Riley Smith for the third forward line. Wayne Simmons, third forward line. Bobby Ryan, third forward line. All penalty kill lines. I mean, geez. I'm not going to do that, though. He's 35. He may drop off. $2.65 million. I don't want to commit that much money to Bobby Ryan. So, but it's interesting, right? Like, you can tell my coach wants snipers on the penalty kill. So that's or it leaves us with Valery Nikushkin, who can play on the third forward line and also all penalty kill lines, all right? So just like Brendan Peary, Nikushkin is a sniper, but 27 years of age, and he wants 2 years at 1.75. That's a great deal for us. So I'm going to try this out. I'll give you guys a quick look-see at his individual stats, all right? 12 penalty minutes in 82 games played, so that's essentially nothing. It's 6 minor penalties over the course of the year, 13 minutes time on ice, and takeaways to giveaways with some body checks, not that many. But, yeah, my coach clearly doesn't want body checkers on the penalty kill, so I'm going to listen to him this year. 2 years at 1.750. I want to make sure I get him. He's kind of far. Yeah, he's far down the list, just like Brendan Peary. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, 2 years at 1.750 for Nikushkin. All right. So the 3 forwards we're bringing in is Nemesnikov, Nikushkin, and Brendan Peary to play the third and fourth line. I mean, different setup than I've had in the past. Absolutely. Which leaves us with the goaltender situation. All right. Now, Tuukka Rask is the best goalie available. Yeah, he wants $7 million. He's 35 years of age. He could drop off, but I think we just got to move on from Tuukka Rask. For some reason, he does not simulate well for us in the playoffs. During the regular season, he's fine. All right, 914 save percentage. 2 years ago, he had 50 wins on the year. I think he won the Vezina that season. And then last year, 910 save percentage, almost 40 wins. I mean, he's a great goalie just to get you into the playoffs, right? But then the playoffs roll around, 8.75 save percentage, 8.98 save percentage. We missed the playoffs in year number 1, right? This was the year where he went to the Cup Finals against the St. Louis Blues. That was a real season. 9.33 with a 202 save percentage, goals against average. That's what I was hoping to get with Tuukka in this universe, but no, the numbers go below 9 and above 3. So we've had 2 chances now with Tuukka Rask, hasn't worked out. Let's try to pick up a goaltender that is cheap and also allows us to groom him for the future, potentially changing him into a stud goaltender, all right? First up, UC Saros, 82 overall. He's 27 years of age. He still has that potential starter. So if he has a good season, you never know. He could grow. I've seen it happen before with computer teams. We might be able to get it done with our team. A 909 save percentage during the regular season. And during the playoffs, he hasn't played in this universe at all during the playoffs. But I'm taking a chance here. I am taking a chance. We did our goaltender video. It seemed like it did matter, but there's not a difference between like an 88 and an 82. A slight difference. And we think that Tuukka Rask is also going to drop over the course of the year, and he's 35. I want to see if I can turn Saros into a good goaltender, right? So I'm going to go 2 years. I can actually go... Now, let's go 2 years because I don't want to get in the way of Pasternak and Point. 2 years. The only thing is the goalie list is different. He's the cheapest, best goalie. So you know what? I'm going to go 2 years. Because that's, 2 times 2 is still fine. Yeah, I'm going to go 2 times 2 for UC Saros. All right. And we're also going to pick up Tristan Jarry was one I was looking at, but $3.4 million. I didn't want to spend that much. We're going to go for Malcolm Subban, all right, Sub-Zero, 28 years of age, so 1 year older. His role as a starter, and he still has that exact starter potential, but less than $1 million at 82 overall. We're going to do that. Same thing, 2 years. We're going to give him $1 million. All right, there you go. So we got Malcolm Subban and UC Saros as our starter backup. Jim Reimer can be the starter in the AHL, which gives us 3 goalies in the 80s. So if any goalie goes down with an injury, I got another one that can come up. And we're also going to save a lot of money, which may allow us to pick up the veteran to play on the third line defensive core instead of Axel Anderson. I mean, I could go out and get a guy like 38 Bouwmeester, 2.3, yeah. I could get Bouwmeester. I could even just go for a guy who's like 31. There you go. Like Savard. There you go. A right-handed guy. Savard. What line? Oh, defensive pairing number 3. I could just give this guy like 31 years of age. Just give him a big-time contract. Who's he? Islanders. Hang on a second. Columbus. Islanders. Columbus. Anaheim. 21-22. Whoa, hang on a second. 1920 year 1, year 2. Oh, that's why he was on these 2 teams in year 2. Okay, that was confusing. I was like, year 4 is about to start. All right, so David Savard might be somebody that we want to go for, but I got to wait to see how much salary we have left over after signing these guys, all right? So we have, let me just go to all skaters here and go to approached. We've approached McAvoy, Nemesnikov, Forsbacka, Carlson, Peary, Nikushkin, and we have Subban and Saros, all right? I don't want to go too close to the salary cap with multiple years left because the next year we have a lot of contracts, but we'll see how much money we have left over and perhaps get that big-time defenseman just to play alongside of Vakinen for 1 year, all right? So other than that, we are good. Let's advance day and see who we get signed on this squad. So 7th and Burka, bottom 6 for a 6th rounder. You know, I'm not going to use Burka, who is a low bottom 6th, and I'm moving up from 7th round to the 6th round by giving up a guy I don't want. Yeah, I'll accept that trade. There you go, St. Louis. You can take that. All right. So there you go, improving our draft position for the upcoming season. Or no, it's probably next year. Yeah, next year is 23. The year after that is 24. Trade alert. The New York Islanders have traded their have acquired a first rounder and a center Hravik for Bailey and a 4th round pick. Very interesting. So the Islanders loading up on first rounders. Okay, thank you very much. Nikushkin has signed with our team. I'm extremely happy. Good. UC Saros has signed with the Boston Bruins. Good. Nemesnikov is back for another season. Good. Brendan Peary. Oh, my God. I was quite clear. I appreciate your... Oh, okay. So... Oh, no. He did go with Winnipeg. Okay. So we lost Brendan Peary to Winnipeg. So I still need a 4th line left wing. That's okay. I can find that. Oh, and Malcolm Subban went to Edmonton. All right. Very interesting. Forsbacka Carlson. All right. So we got. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad I should have gave these guys more money. I didn't think that the other teams would steal them that far down the list. All right. So I still have to get McAvoy signed, but we didn't get the goalie that we wanted, and we didn't get the fourth line left wing. So let's go back and make sure that we get those guys before we target any defensemen. All right. So UFA. Let's go back to the left wingers. All right, and it's quite clear that they want snipers. So. Patrick Marleau, I mean, $4 million. Oh my God, all penalty kill lines. The only thing is, 42 years of age, he's going to drop. But that's, I mean, even if he drops, he'll still be like an 80 overall. Could be a decent penalty killer. Let's just go down the list. Like another sniper, Lehkonen. Does he like him as a penalty killer? No, he doesn't. So it's not just auto for snipers. Grinder, Roussel. Let's see. Third line and all penalty kill lines. There you go. Now, it's not fully scouted, but... yeah, that's not a bad one. All right, I'll pick up Antoine Roussel. There you go. 1 year at 1.6. I just need a fourth liner. I can go through the rest of this list. I just want to see. Like Patrick Marleau might be the guy I want to get if I have the money for it, and if no team signed him. But we still have to get McAvoy signed, so I gotta wait for that contract to go through. And then we have Saros, but Reimer, he's not. There's no chance Reimer getting better, so we might as well take a chance on another guy. Yeah, there's a lot of teams interested in Tuukka Rask. Let's see. Nashville, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, and Colorado all are trying to get their hands on Tuukka. Matt Murray, no. So let's just go down the list. Yaroslav Halak, no. Let's try to get a guy. Rittich. Brassard, there you go. Brassard saves me a lot of money. Is there anyone like just a little bit younger? Like mid-20s? 28 is just a little bit too old. Mid-20s? 2023. Here we go. Minor league starter. Yeah, but he's got no. We're too low down the list now. You need somebody with the potential at starter. So let's just go with let's save some money. Rittich costs 2.1, and there are already two teams interested, so I'd have to go like $2.5 million, and we paid Saros too. So let's just go with Brassard here. All right. What teams does he play for? Vegas, and they just won the Stanley Cup. Vegas. So yeah, he was a backup on a Stanley Cup winning team. There you go. Yeah, so I'll get Laurent Brossoit on the team. There you go. We're going to go 2 years. The Rangers are interested, so I'll go 2 years at $1 million, the exact same as Malcolm Subban. And we went after Antoine Roussel on the other side. All right, so we're still waiting on what's his name? McAvoy and those two other guys to see how much salary cap we have. McAvoy has been tendered an offer sheet of... Oh! You sons of bitches, LA! Oh, my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. 7 years, $11.2 million. Now, that's 4 first-round picks from the LA Kings, mind you, a shitty team. Now, McAvoy, there might be... Okay, so I got to remind in 6 days. Damn, dude. So I tried to get McAvoy 8 years at $9.25. He took 7 years, and yeah, he got a better offer from somewhere else. Damn, the LA Kings throwing a grenade at my franchise, you pieces of shit. So that's 4 first-round picks. I don't know. I might want to take those 4 first-round picks, right? I mean, McAvoy makes our team better for this year, but that's an $11.2 million for a defenseman. That would stop us from getting Point. Like, then you'd have Point, Pasta, and McAvoy all making, like, more than $11 million. I don't think that helps us. And by getting 4 first-rounders, that gives us 8 first-round picks in the next 4 years. And so, and there might be another defenseman available in free agency still, right? Like Hampus Lindholm is back. Oh, I don't know if I've waited too long, though. All right, so I'm going to remind in 6 days, all right? I appreciate your interest, but I decided to go with another team. Yeah, thanks a lot for that, McAvoy, you piece of garbage. All right, so hang on a second. Rasmus Ristolainen still be there. Damn it, he's not there. All the guys got signed. Oh my God. All right, so cap space, I have $18.835 million. I can definitely get them, and then I can definitely make it work for this year. I'm just worried. I mean, oh man, McAvoy. Okay, first thing we got to do is take a look at the LA Kings roster. You know, does McAvoy turn them into a good team, or are they just a bunch of shitters? Because if that's the case, I should just take the compensation. And we should just build for the future. All right, so they got Drew. Let me just look at their whole team here. All right, goaltenders. All right, they have no goalies on this team. All right, this could be, and they still have Jonathan Quick at 5.8. So they have no salary cap. If they get McAvoy, they're gonna have no salary cap to do anything. So their goaltender, they're shit. Defenseman, they're gonna have Doughty. They're gonna have McAvoy. After that, Martinez could continue to drop off. They got nothing. All right, absolutely nothing. And forwards, Kopitar, Kempe, I mean, not a lot. They do have some depth, but O'Reilly, let's see this guy O'Reilly, who drafted first overall. Fifth overall in this year's draft. So he's not going to grow. He was just drafted. I don't know, man. 11. Oh my God. Like I want to keep McAvoy, but that's 4 first-round picks from a team like that. Looks like it's going to be shit. Are they going to be shit for 4 years, though? Like, Kopitar begins to drop off. Kempe is going to stay at 85. Johansson's about the same. Duclair's not going anywhere. Toffoli's not going anywhere. Their whole team's not going anywhere except for this guy, O'Reilly, who could turn us all... and Sillinger as well. O'Reilly will be good enough for next year. What was his player build? Playmaker. Does it show any player stats? Did he play last year? Yeah, he got a shit ton of stats, but that's just because he's 80 overall. Oh, this is interesting. What do we do? I've actually got an offer sheet, and I can't believe this. This is interesting. So if we lose McAvoy, all right, if I lose McAvoy, oh, you know what? Hang on a second. If I lose McAvoy, because I was going, hang on a second. Because before I did this video, I was going through to see if any teams were looking to give away any players. I think there was, what fucking defenseman was it? I forget. I think there was a defenseman that I knew I couldn't afford, but I was like, oh man, if I could make that work, that'd be great. Let's just go through some teams here. Because if we could replace McAvoy with something less than 4 first-rounders, that would be huge for us. Skinner? No, it was not Skinner. I'm not getting Granlund. No, that's not. Oh, man, this is huge. This is huge. Jonathan Taylor. No, it wasn't that. No. I thought there was a defenseman. I fucking can't remember which one it was. That's it. Seth Jones. All right, so 85 overall, 4 years left. Essentially, you put Seth Jones on the first line now. All right, for some reason, the Columbus Blue Jackets want to give up Seth Jones. So you trade for Seth Jones with your first rounders, and then you bring in the 4 first rounders from the LA Kings. So you don't lose anything on the roster, and you just improve your draft position. I don't know how well Seth Jones is going to play. Minus 33 last year. I don't know if the Columbus Blue Jackets were just ass, though, before that, because the year before that, he was minus 2. He does take some penalties, but he could play alongside of Torrey Krug, and oh my God, penalty killer extraordinaire. How does the coach like him? Defensive pairing number 3. The coach may not like his style. All right, let's just go through the rest of the teams. Oh, man, McAvoy. Do I hold on to McAvoy? I wish some Boston Bruin fans could I wish I could listen to them right now. You know, I offered him a contract, boys, but he's taking an offer sheet. I mean, he wants to go. Spurgeon, I don't want Spurgeon. I don't want Ryan Ellis at 31. Although, Ryan Ellis at 31, I mean, he fits in. Like, he could just help us out temporarily. And he's cheap. And I think you wouldn't lose too much right there. Right, you wouldn't have to acquire too much. You'd save some money for next season. He's got 5 years left. You could always trade him like when he's 33, 34. He's not going to be dropping off anytime soon. You go Krug and Ellis and then Brodin and Carlo. It's not horrible. And then you sign Savard. That's not horrible as well. Seth Jones is just a little bit much, right? Ellis could work because then we're getting a shit ton back. Ellis could work, all right? So Ellis could work. This is going to be the whole video right here. I'm not going to be doing any simulating. I didn't see this happening. Yeah, and also I want to keep the videos shorter so I can get more done. Nolan Patrick, oh my God. They signed him to a $9.9 million contract and he's 78 overall. Jesus, Philly. Galchenyuk, no. Petrangelo, ooh, but he's 32. No. I'd rather go with, what's his name? Ryan Ellis, because he's 31, he's cheaper. Yeah, no, that's not a good one. Petrangelo, that's not a good one. Sandin, no. Pearson, no. Carlson, Stastny, Brody, 3 years. I mean, you could get just some veterans here to fill up the team instead of the big boy. Sloan, I think I got to take this compensation, boys. I mean, 11 point, it's just too much. It's just too much for our team because, yes, we have 18 point. Let me just do some quick math here, all right? Yes, we have 18 point something million, right? But if you get, hang on a second, if you get McAvoy signed, you're going to be left with, like, let's just say 8 million, all right? Just to round up. And then you got to go another, like, extra 10 million for these guys, right? No, you're over. You're over with these 3. You're going to save some money, but then you have to completely reshape your team to take on these 3 superstars. And it kind of makes sense because it's a 26, and a 24-year-old, but 11. And I think we're going to have to pay Point and Pasternak like a ridiculous amount, like 12, 13 million. I really do. And that means you wouldn't be able to hold on Raquel. I'm going to save money there. You might have to spend more on Carlo. DeBrusk's signed. We're going to have to, we wanted to move from Brodin. Shenishin, you got to sign. No, it doesn't work. Frederick, you got to sign. No, it doesn't work. You cannot pay 3 players like $12 million plus. You have to have some cheap contracts in there. It works for this year. It doesn't work. I'm taking the 4 compensations. We're taking the 4 compensations. All right, this is the rest of the video. This is the rest of the video, boys. It's about reshaping the Boston Bruins right now, all right? I'm taking the compensation. Charlie McAvoy, you didn't want to play here? Fine. It's a new-look Boston Bruins. So we're going to hold on to Torrey Krug. We got to find a teammate for Torrey Krug. Carlo's going to stay. Brodin's going to stay. Vakinen's going to stay. I'd like to get... is Savard still available in free agency? Hang on a second. Oh, my God. This has gone all over the place now. Free agents. Hang on a sec. I know I want to get Savard now. I know I want to get him signed. All right. Savard, was he there? UFA's defenseman? I think he is. Yes, he is. All right. So Savard is there. We want to get him for the top 6. All right. So Savard, I'm going to sign you. How many teams want him? Only 1 team. I'm going to sign you to a 1-year deal. Or 2-year deal so I could trade him. No, 1-year deal. Yeah. You got to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. All right. 1-year deal at 5.5. All right. There you go. So David Savard is going to play. Now we have to acquire that big-time defenseman. All right, so proposed trade. I'm doing it, boys. I am doing it. So should it be Seth Jones or Ryan Ellis? Let's just see what I can do for Seth Jones, all right? Because this is the perfect replacement. Like this, we save the money, and then you can spend it on McAvoy and Pasternak, and you can use Seth Jones for 3 years, and then decide at 30 years of age, do I want to sign him or do we want to move on for him? So Seth Jones works out. Now, what do they want? Do they want draft picks? Because I have no problem giving up draft. They do. All right. I have no problem giving up draft picks. We're going to be a good team, so I have no problem. If I'm getting the friggin' LA Kings to give me first rounders, I'll give up our first rounders. You know what I mean? This is exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to make our first rounders even better. By switching them around to LA first rounders, all right, which I'm hoping their team is god-awful. They have no goalie. They do have a young player, but he's a playmaker. He's not a sniper. And they do have 2 defensemen, but Kopitar's getting older. Doughty's getting older, you know, and it's 4 years worth of draft picks. So I could go 4 first rounder. I don't know if it'll go through, but $6.1 million for Seth Jones is beautiful. Or I could go to Nashville, all right, and save a little bit of value so I could acquire more pieces instead of just 1 or 2. So I could go Ryan Ellis, 2 years. No, I don't want to get Jake Muzzin. No, just Ryan Ellis. That would work, all right? That would essentially 2 first rounders for Ryan Ellis, 5 years, which means that he is a trading asset at the end of this run. Let me just see his numbers. 48 penalty minutes. Yeah, he's an offensive guy who also throws the body, but -12, -6. I don't know. He's 31. No, I think Seth Jones would be the one to go for. Let's see if there's any other players that they want as well that I'd be willing to give up. I don't want to give up Lambos, because Lambos is going to be perfect for the transition in the future. Lambos is going to be good for year number 5, I think, and that's going to be, like, he's going to be there when Pasta and Point are really taking off, so I don't want to trade away Lambos. I don't want to trade away any of our defensemen that we're using. Axel Anderson, I don't want to trade away, so let's just go to skaters matching the block right here. All right, Point, no. Pasternak, no. Lambos, no. See what I mean about Lambos? He'll be like, when these guys are 30, he'll be 23. Like, it's perfect. Those 3 have got to stay together. Ricard Raquel, no. He's perfect on this team. Carlo, no. You got to stay. Bergeron, no. DeBrusk, no. Brodin, no. Pitkanen. All right, so what is this guy Pitkanen all about? A right winger. When did I draft him? It was year number 1, 15th overall. A power forward. Do I need a power? Let's see what he's done in the AH. He's a shooter. Oh, he's a big-time shooter. And he throws the body, and no, I want to hold on to Pitkin. He could be somebody like Lambos who's ready to go, so I don't want to get rid of him. Anderson, I don't want to get rid of. Vakinen, don't want to get rid of. Emerson. All right, so this guy's 49 overall at 18 years of age. You're talking about a guy who's going to take like 3, 4, 5, and a defensive. Okay, so he's certainly somebody you could trade away. A defensive defenseman, Green, 49 overall. He could be good, but it's going to take like 5 years, so no thank you. Forsback Carlson, no. Frederick, no. Shinshin, no. Chiarelli, a low top 4. Yeah, I'll throw him in there. Nikushkin, Lazone, Gauntz, Vasuyanev. Then all these guys really don't have much trade value to them. The saving grace here is that they want to give up Seth Jones. So a first rounder in this year and a first rounder for next season from the Boston Bruins. That will be replaced by the LA Kings. I'm banking on the idea that we are going to be a playoff team for the next 2 seasons. All right. For Seth Jones, that might go through because they want everything. They want every piece of this, and they want to give up Seth Jones. This would be a steal for us. All right. So we're giving up 2 firsts, Emerson and Chiarelli. All right, so Emerson's a legit prospect and 2 first-rounders for 4 years left on Seth Jones. I mean, I have no clue why Columbus wants to get rid of him. Perhaps he just doesn't want to play there anymore. But will it go through? Trade rejected. All right, it's not that far off, so I think maybe a second-rounder might do it. Let me just go to draft picks. Let me see if I can save the second-rounders for this year and next year. And let me throw a second-rounder from 3 years from now. I know they don't want it, but it's just a little bit extra value. Let's see. Trade rejected. No. They didn't like that. So let me try the second-rounder. That actually made it worse, that trade. Let me try the second-rounder for this year. So 2 firsts and a second and a legit prospect for Seth Jones. Will it go through? Trade rejected. All right. So we're going to have to go a little bit more than that. Let's go back. Do we have any goaltender prospects that we could trade away? Starter Fritz Meyer. Nah, it's not higher than the second rounder. So Para, the elite goaltender. We want to. No, he's 17. He could be real good. Hold on to him. Let's just go all skaters. Bergeron, Carlo. I just want to find somebody who even might have a white name. That's fine. Godolba. No, we really don't have much. It would have to be 3 first rounders if we're going to do this. It'd have to be 3. So, yeah, I'll do it. For Seth Jones, I'll do it. 3 first rounders, and we're getting 4 first rounders for McAvoy. So, essentially, you're trading McAvoy and 3 first rounders from your team for Seth Jones with 4 years left at 6.1. And 4 first rounders from a team that's worse. I think that's a pretty good trade. Also, Emerson's going to have to be in there. I'll leave Sorelli in there. Seconds. All right, let's just see if we can sneak in some draft picks, like a third. All right, I'll do it. 4 first rounders for Seth Jones, baby, and a third. Will it go through? Trade reject? Still not. Oh my God, it might not go through. 4 first rounders? Come on. I know they don't even want the first rounder from 3 years from now, but still, will it go through? Trade rejected. Oh no. How much? I don't want to go 4 first rounders. You know what? Just do it. It's a straight up. You're getting 4 firsts back. Just do it. Yeah, just do it. This is a good trade. This makes sense. It's a lot, but it makes sense. You're saving money on your defenseman. He can get better. He's not 90 overall. He's only 85, but he still has his exact elite potential. He's 27. He could grow at 85 overall. All right, 4 first rounders. Do I want to do that? That's too much. Seth Jones. You know what? If it'll go through, it's meant to be. All right? Yeah. Proposed trade. Will it go through? Trade. Okay, so it's not meant to be. It's not happening with Seth Jones. I'm not making that trade. I am going back to the Nashville Predators, and we are going to just build up our team for a temporary run. All right? McAvoy completely fucked up my, I can't swear, damn it, demonetization. What's his name? McAvoy messed up my whole plan. So we're going to go and get Ryan Ellis from the Nashville Predators. Now, let's see if we can actually give up some of those prospects instead of our draft picks, all right? So, Lambos, Pitkanen, I want to hold on him. Anderson, Emerson. Yeah, I want to give up that Emerson guy. Gauntz. All right, so just Emerson. And can we save a first rounder? So, a first rounder and Emerson for Ryan Ellis. Will it go through? Trade rejected. All right, might be able to get a second in there. I think I can save a first, though. I think I can. So draft picks, let's go a second. First and a second from this year. Will it go through? Trade accepted. All right, I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Nashville Predators, and we consider it a done deal. All right, so Ryan Ellis, welcome to the Boston Bruins. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Not a great trade. Guy's kind of old, but we're trying to win the Stanley Cup right now. Where is he? Ellis, 31 years of age. matches Torrey Krug, but because he has 5 years left, I can trade him at any time. All right? I can trade him next year when he's 32. I can trade him the year after that when he's 33, and more than likely I'll have to trade him by the time he's 34 because he's going to drop off. But that gives us a chance at this year while maintaining the asset, all right? So there's the replacement for McAvoy. Let me look at my decor now. So we got Krug and Ellis, Carlo, Brodin, Vakinen, and what's his name? Savard, and then Anderson, and I'm going to need a few more guys as depth guys, all right? But there's our blue line right now. Yeah, and that looks fine. That's a fine blue line, all right? And then the forwards, we still need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then Antoine Roussel, correct? He's the other one coming in. So all that cost us was a first and a second from this year and a prospect, but we're getting LA's first rounder for this year, and then we're going to have, what is it, six first rounders in the 3 years after that. So more trading assets for me going forward. All right, so yeah, I think that's good. I think that is good. Man, what a crazy, crazy turn of events here for Boston. No one wanted to play with us. Let me just go back to free agency. Is there anyone else? Because we're going to have some money that we can spend for sure. Edler, I can get Kreider back, but we already have the lines set up essentially. Kreider could play on the third. No, I don't need him. I don't need him anymore. That's the thing. I do not need these guys anymore. I could use a left-handed defenseman in place of Vakinen in case he doesn't pan out. Edler as, you know what? Let's get Alexander Edler as a 6 mil. I'm gonna lose. We're still gonna get Savard. Yeah, I'm gonna get Alexander Edler as a depth. Ooh, Mark Giordano is a depth player. Hell yeah, left-handed depth player. That's the one. Mark Giordano depth. All right, 2.750. There it is. Mark Giordano. All right, so my God, this team's gonna look completely different. But let's advance and see what happens. All right, so advance day. We have to go a week, so the 13th is going to be a rough one. Laurent Brossoit, I was extremely happy to accept your offer. All right, so Brossoit is on the team. UC Saros, don't worry, you're the starter, my man. David Savard is on the team for 1 year. Antoine Roussel is on the team for 1 year. Beautiful. All right. Trade alert. Foudy to Chicago from Arizona for Duncan Keith and Connor Murphy. All right, so the veteran goes to the Arizona Coyotes to try to help out. Mark Giordano signed with the Boston Bruins. Good. And we just have to get this McAvoy deal out of the way. The offer sheet submitted by the LA Kings to Charlie McAvoy for $11 million for 7 years is now being resolved now. You do not have the cap space to match their offer. You will not be able to retain his contract. Because of the significant salary being offered, you'll receive 4 draft picks as compensation. 23, 24, 25, 26. All right, so this is the first time this has ever happened in the GM mode. I have had a superstar stolen from me by another team. Take compensation. But you know what? I think that was a good selection. If we go back to the team stats here, team standings. Yeah, man, this video's already been going on way too long. I want to keep the video short. This is all off season. We go to the entire league. Where did the LA Kings finish this year? LA Kings. There they are. All right, third worst team in the NHL, and their players are only getting older. And Jonathan Quick is still there. So even if it's only 1 year, it still gives us hopefully a top tier prospect this season, and then 6 years worth of draft picks after that with ours and the LA Kings. All right, so let me just go to proposed trade. Let me take a look at the LA Kings now, what they look like with their new roster. Their status still says rebuild. Or how much salary cap do they have? Salary cap available. They still have 9.7, so they could still go out there and get somebody. Hopefully they don't get a goaltender. Goalies, let's see. Yeah, I mean they have nobody in the net, and they don't even have a backup. You know what I mean? To get a few more, like a few extra wins. Jonathan Quick at 79 overall. I mean, this is why I made this decision. So there's McAvoy making more than Doughty. All right, 11.210. You guys can let me know whether or not I made the right choice. All right, but after that, they don't have anyone on the point. They do have this Suglobov guy. Did they just draft him? No, they drafted him in year number 1 in the 4th round. Holy shit! And he's got medium elites. Woof. But he's going to take like another year to get better, 2 years to become a star, so we don't have to worry about him. So it's just Doughty and McAvoy on the blue line. And then forwards, Kopitar's getting worse. He's 34. He can continue to drop off. A bunch of depth guys, which ain't bad. And then O'Reilly, which we got to worry about. But I don't see any snipers. I don't see any guys who really get the goals for them. So I think it was a good trade. And how much salary cap do we have now? We have about $5 million, but look at this, all right? Draft picks, look at this. The LA Kings first rounder. Next year, LA Boston. All right, year after that, LA and Boston. Year after that, LA and Boston. So plenty of options going forward to reinforce Point and Pasternak. They're clearly the pieces of the future now. We lost out on McAvoy, but Point and Pasternak, we just got to surround them with real good pieces, and we could turn this thing into a dynasty. All right, so when I look at my situation, I got Saros, I got Reimer, I got Brassard, my 3 goaltenders, all in the 80s. All right, we're taking a little bit of a step back in the goaltender category. Torrey Krug, Ryan Ellis, Carlo Brodin, Savard, Giordano, Vakinen, and Anderson. So it's completely different. We have depth now this year, right? We have 8 defensemen who can play. Joe Lazone is in there. I might even want to go and get one more depth defenseman just in case Anderson doesn't grow, right? But we don't even need to use Vakinen or Anderson this year because we have Giordano and Savard who can play in the bottom 6. Just a lot of different options. As long as we make it to the playoffs and that first rounder that I traded to Nashville doesn't end up being a lottery pick, we're fine. Pasternak, Marchand, Point, so we still have the studs up front. All right, with those 3, they're going to have to run the team for us. Bergeron, Ricard Raquel, DeBrusk, Shenishin, Nemesnikov, Jacob Forsback, Carlson, Nikushkin, Frederick, Roussel, Gauntz. Who is the... Oh, yeah. We got... I already said it, right? Where is it? Nikushkin. Yeah. All right, so that's our team. And it gives us $5 million of salary cap to be flexible if we need it. So let me just go back one last thing. We're going to simulate the preseason. I'll show you guys what the team looks like. It's just, damn, man, so much has happened. We're not doing any simulating in this video. All right, so defenseman. Let me just see. 80 overall. I have plenty of money, but let me just get a nice cheap guy. Is there anyone who's not... There you go, 750. There, for this guy. Spiza. Bregman is Spiza defensive defenseman. Now, let me go over the two-way defenseman at 26. There you go. All right. Bergman, not the cheater. Other teams interested. Philly. Is he an RFA? No, he's a UFA. So I want to make sure I get this guy. You know what? Another team. I'll just go for Spiza then. All right. 1 year at 750 for Lucas Spiza. I just need depth players. And then forwards, the same thing. Just a guy who's at 750. Or less than, there you go, 850 for Rafa. Maybe he could drop off. It's probably better players than that. 750 for Kyle Clifford, the big red goof. There you go. All right. Very nice. So we got some depth to take care of the injuries. A big step off from McAvoy, but a big boost for draft picks. And I really think that the LA Kings, I don't see them having a good year. So let's sim to the next season. Dubnyk, no, decline. I might get a lot more trade offers. If anything good comes in, I will let you guys know. Kyle Clifford and Spiza. But let's use some power of video editing. No, I don't need that. And get to what the fuck? Martinez and Coburn? No, I'm not taking on those 2 bums. You're going to have to deal with that team now, LA. Deal with it. Fuck that. Oh, man, look at this. The Columbus Blue Jackets are like, no, we'll take those first rounders for Seth Jones. It's too late. They wanted to get their hands on Lambos, Carson Lambos, and Pitkanen, our prospects that we are grooming. I was not willing to do that because we know that Lambos is going to be ready to go by year number 5, and we want him a part of the Point and Pasta combination of the future. So I'm not willing to do that. I was willing to give you first rounders, but no, Seth Jones, no. So here we are, preseason, year number 4, a brand new look. So let's quickly, I just want to see if McAvoy grew at all, and also the final, because if they were trying to make trades with us, the LA Kings may have made some trades with other teams. Yeah, they only have $4.267 million of salary cap now. So goaltenders, did they fix their goalie situation? They got Cam Talbot. All right, and Corey Schneider. They got these 2 guys, which are better than Jonathan Quick. So we're going to see the whole goaltender situation. I'm hoping, but, they did improve. Cam Talbot and Schneider. I was hoping they'd go into the season with a 78 and a 71. The fact is they have an 80 and a 79 now. Might help them out a little bit more. Defensemen, Doughty, McAvoy, Dursey, Zaboral, Martinez, and Coburn. All right, so I'd say their blue line's decent with those 2 guys. They'll be enough to run shop. Hopefully they have an injury or 2, but I mean Doughty's also 32. We need him to draw. He'll stay good for another 2-3 years though. So he still has that elite. And then forwards, Kopitar dropped to an 86 now. See what I mean? Kempe 85, Velarde grew. Johnson. What about that, what was his name? O'Reilly guy. Good, he's still an 80. Good. They could have a good year. I don't know. I don't think so. But we're going to see if it was a mistake or not. I think it was the right call because there was no way we're going to get Pasta and Point and McAvoy all signed for that. I mean, it was just not going to happen. Look at our salary cap right now. All right, so let's see. Did anyone grow for us? Goaltenders. All right, so Saros is the 82. He's going to be our goalie this year. I know our goalie situation is not much better than the LA Kings. Torrey Krug, Ryan Ellis stayed at 85, still has his exact top 4. Good. Carlo, 84. Brodin, 83. Savard, 82. Giordano, still 80. Vakinen. So Anderson did not get that growth. So Vakinen could be the 7th defenseman. Giordano and Savard. And then Spiza. So we have Vakinen and Spiza as our 7th and 8th defenseman. Anderson, 1 more year in the AHL. Lambo's still playing in the CHL, but grew to 73. That's good for us. And then forwards, Pasternak and Point, both at 92. Nice. Marchand. Yes, Marchand. This guy is a stud. This guy's an absolute stud. Is that real? Hang on a sec. Let me just make sure. Yes, he's 34 and he hasn't lost his exact elite. So don't worry about Brad Marchand. Like next year, he may still drop off just because he's old. But like next year, it should be exact top 6. Unless he gets another year. Right? So you have him for this year and you have him for next year at like 88, 89 or above. So that's real good. For at least another 2 years, we still have Brad Marchand. All right, the true Boston Bruin, alongside of Patrice Bergeron, who's now dropped to exact top 9 for Bergeron. So this could be Bergeron's last year. I'm hoping that he gets 1 more year so he can be a 4th line center for us. But it could be his last year. DeBrus still 84. Shenishin 82. Nemesnik, didn't see too much more growth out of these guys. Yeah, all right. So, very, very interesting here. I could also, you know what, let me just go propose trade. There were some trades that happened and some free agents. So, let's just go, let me go by overall so you guys can see if there's any new players on any new teams. Brendan Gallagher is on the Anaheim Ducks. All right, Clayton Keller, no one there. Jack Eichel, Darlene, Reinhart, no one there. Hannafin, Monahan, Goudreau. We took, what's his name? Oh, is Lindholm there? Oh, no, that's Elias Lindholm. It's not Hampus. Svechnikov, Aho, Roman Josi to the Carolina Hurricanes. Good Lord, man. I think that was last year, though. Patrick Kane, Nylander. Jonathan Taves is still there with the Chicago Blackhawks. Rantanen, Ristolainen. Oh, my God. That was the big one that I wanted to see. Rasmus Ristolainen went to the Colorado Avalanche. So now they have McKinnon, Rantanen, Ristolainen, Makar, and Landeskog. Oh, my God. Yeah, watch out for the Colorado Avalanche. But see why the Avs can keep all these guys? Yeah, they got Rasmus at 11.3, but it's because they have McKinnon at 6 and Rantanen at 9 and Landy at 6. You know, they're screwed this year when McKinnon wants like 13. How much salary cap do they have? They have $1 million for salary cap. They're screwed. I'm not going to go through every team. I wanted to see where, what's his name was. And I also, hang on a second, how do you find a player again? Player search. Yeah, I want to see which team Tuukka Rask went to, just so we can track it. All right, so Tuukka. What the hell happened? Oh, my screen turned off. Please. Okay, it was just okay, do not lose the recording. Oh, my God, I've been going for a while. I'd be so pissed. Search. Rask. Let's see. Tuukka. What the? Victor Rask? Oh, is it because I went forward? Jesus. All positions. Is goalie different than all positions? Son of a bitch. All right. Tuukka Rask, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Oh, you traitor. He gave up one black and gold for another. Oh, Boston. Tuukka went to the Pittsburgh Penguins with Sidney Crosby, that little bastard. All right, so we can go to edit lines. I'm not going to actually do them myself. I just want to show you guys what our situation is, and then you guys can suggest line changes. Oh, man, this video, I wanted it to be 30 minutes long. Oh, my God. All right, so we have, I'm just going to bring up Brassard right now. You guys can decide. Who do you want? I'd rather go with Saros and Brassard, just the younger guys, to see if they grow for next year. Jim Reimer is just a backup. You let me know. Krug, Ellis, Carlo, Brodin, Savard, and Giordano. Spiza and Vakinen. I would like to play Vakinen if he's ready to go. He played last year for us. He is a role top 6 defenseman, but he's better suited off for the second line. What did he do last year for us? Let's see. 11 years, a +7. I mean, I don't know. We could always go back and forth. All right, but Vakinen, let me know what you guys think about that. I could also just take off Spiza. There you go. And bring up Vakinen. So Vacanen could be like the injury player, and also if we're on a losing streak, I could just shake it up to get him some ice time. And then the forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for Hughes, and I can also bring up Fitzgerald, Clifford, Gaunce. We got a lot of guys, so I'm just going to bring up Gaunce because he's usually the guy. Oh, I already have too many players. All right, cool. All right, so we have a full lineup. Let's go best lines and see how our team is supposed to look for year number 4. So Marchand, Point, and Pasta, that's the line I want. They're all +1, so good. It's a filthy first line. Remember, we had Bergeron the last couple of years who was dropping off. Point now, all 90-plus overall players on that first line. DeBrusk, not Bergeron. DeBrusk, Raquel, and either Shenishin or Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson. Depends on which one you guys think is better. Let me just arrange these lines so it's easier to... There you go. Nemesnikov, Nikushkin, and Roussel. All right, so we can either go Shenishin up there or Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson. It doesn't matter to me. Let me know what you guys think. I'll just leave Shenishin there for now so we can go the two-way forward playmaker sniper, playmaker two-way forward sniper. Keep that combination going. The first line, two-way forward playmaker sniper. Is past the sniper? He's a playmaker. 2 playmakers and a two-way forward, and then a grinder, power forward, and a sniper on the 4th line. All right. Defensively, let's see. Ryan Ellis and Torrey Krug, they got a +3 alongside of one another. So, yeah, Ryan Ellis fits in on this team, so that's not going to hurt us out. But we know that Carlo with Ellis gets a +5, right? So what do we want to do right there? I think I want to go Ellis, just so we can really maximize Ellis and make sure that he stays on this team for as long as possible at 31 years of age. Brodin and Carlo then on the second, and then Giordano and Savard are actually not great line mates. They're both better suited for the second line. All of these guys are better suited for the second line. Carlo can actually play the third line, so yeah, you can do something like that. Or you can go Vacanen, I don't know. And then goaltender situation, you got Saros. All right, so let me know what you guys think about the whole, offer sheet situation with McAvoy. I felt like I offered him a fair contract. I went 8 years at $9,250, but the LA Kings were willing to go 11-something for 7 years, and let's see. Yeah, I mean, he made more money with the LA Kings in less time. So I get it from a money perspective, but man, you're going to be on a shitty team that's going to have a horrible turnover in the next year or two with Kopitar and Doughty getting worse. So let me know what you guys think. All right, any line changes, anything and everything, and I will see you guys in the next one, and I promise it will not take long to upload. See you guys next time. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.